A very good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. So today is the 16th, 16 November 2023, Thursday class. Let us now compose our mind, develop the Saddha Virya, then mindfully we shall commence the Puja chanting. Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛 Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛 Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛 Namo 观世音菩萨 Namo 观世音菩萨 Namo 观世音菩萨 Namo 佛菩萨 Namo 佛菩萨 Namo 佛菩萨 Arahang Sama Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sanghang Namami Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musa Akamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Suramiraya Majapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Okay, then we turn to page 3 of the chanting book. We shall chant from the Padipa Puja onward. Ganna Sarapaditena Dipena Tamadangsina Tiloka Dipang Sambuddhang Pujayami Tamonudang Ganda Sambara Yutena Dupena Hang Sugang Hina Pujaye Pujaniyang Tang Puja Bhajana Muttamang Vanna Ganda Gunopetang Etang Kusuma Santatin Pujayami Munindasa Siri Pada Sarorohe Pujemi Buddhang Kusumena Nena Punnena Muttena Cha Hotu Mokang Pupang milayati yatta idang me kayo tata yati vinasa bawang adivase tuno bante payang parikapitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu mutamang adivase tuno bante pale parikapitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu mutamang adivase tuno bante bojanang parikapitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu mutamang. We shall chant the Puja Aspiration based on our understanding of the significance of all these Puja offerings. Significance of offering of light. May this offering of light to the Buddha brings forth the causes and conditions to illuminate our mind and help arise the needed clarity and understanding to dispel all darkness or ignorance therein. Significance of offering of water. May this offering of pure, clear, cool water lead us to the pure, clear Dhamma that cools and doses off the fires of all defilements within our mind. Significance of offering of incense. May our morality, virtue, and understanding shine forth far and wide, just like the fragrance of this incense which we are offering to the Blessed One, who is perfect in wisdom and virtue. Significance of offering of fruits. May these offerings of fruits remind us of the Dana Parami of generosity and the fruit of our karma, so that we will diligently strive on with heedfulness to attain the path and fruition soon as possible. Significance of offering of flowers. May this constant offering of flowers to the Blessed One strengthen our faith and constantly remind us of the impermanence of this body, so that we will diligently and sincerely strive on to cultivate Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, leading to ultimate liberation, the bond-free Nibbana. Making of overall aspiration. By the power of all these merits born of these offerings, may our spiritual faculties of Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya be further strengthened until they become balas or powers, sharing and transfer of merits to all beings. May these merits be shared and transferred to all beings without exception, especially to those who have the condition and affinity to receive them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let us pay homage to Tripaja. Petang pujeme. Dhammang pujeme. Sanghang pujeme. So remember the four support. Just maintain a relaxed body and mind. Relax into every mind state that arises. Don't try to know, don't try to do anything. Just relax. Maintain awareness. Then stabilize the awareness. The last support is, of course, is trust. You only do that when you have developed the stability of mindfulness within. Otherwise, the first three support is enough. Relax, maintain awareness, then stabilize the awareness. When you are able to stabilize the awareness, you will have great understanding and joy within. Because you will come to understand another aspect of mind, which is beyond the thinking, beyond the thought process, which is just aware within. So this awareness nature need to be realized and stabilized. And when you can do that, your meditative mind, or we call it the tranquil and still mind without thought, that one will manifest. And that is your true mind, your silent mind. That is the mind that can develop the wisdom, the insight, that can enable you to actually awaken. So awareness-based meditation has this ability to develop this awareness nature within. So develop it, stabilize it, then make use of it to develop the meditative wisdom, cultivation and understanding. Realizing the awareness nature within is very important, because this is the aspect of mind that is the primordial before the arising of thought process and the mundane mind. So that true mind is the first entity to come out. We call it the pure awareness from that nature. So to develop the meditative understanding is to return our thinking. Allow the thinking to slow down by itself, so that through that state of relaxation, maintaining awareness and don't try to do or don't try to know, then the thought become like no more active. Then through that process, you just maintain awareness. Whatever arises, aware. Whatever arises, aware. And continue to silence. Then the thinking mind, the mundane mind that you have been using throughout the day, they will start to like slow down until they become very quiet, very still. Then you will experience that tranquility of mind, the stillness of mind, the silent mind. The first glimpse of it is already very beautiful. And you can stabilize that, it becomes more beautiful. Then later on you can be with that nature, and you can understand a lot of things without thought. Who are you? What are you? And what is that nature all about? Then from there you will become different. It makes you sensitive. The awareness nature makes you sensitive, because you are not distracted by the thought process, the thinking, the mental activity, the mental states. So when all those mundane thinking or stirring of mind or emotion, when all those cease, you will realize your true mind, which is so beautiful, which is bright, luminous, tranquil, still, because it's just the awareness nature, the bright, luminous nature. That one is beyond thought, beyond mind. That one can see things as they are, can awaken, can insight into phenomena, to realize the universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So now I will set the alarm for 30 minutes so that you can continue to develop this awareness within, so that you can train yourself in this awareness-based meditation. For those who already have the ability to stabilize it, then you can just silence your mind completely and stay at the heart area, and just let it stabilize, and just silently observe to understand what is going on within your own form and mind, to understand how you function as a human being, to understand who are you, what are you. So all this understanding is what awareness-based meditation is all about. You can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in their entirety, let the deities or Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Chakawalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhamang Munirajasa Sunantu Sakemokadang Dhamma Svanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Svanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Svanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Iti Peso Bhagava Arahang Sama Sambuddho Vijacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Opanaiko Pacyatang Veditabo Venohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yaya Patipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samiji Patipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidang Chatari Purisa Yukani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaneyo Anuttarang Punyang Ketang Lokasati Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Then we shall continue from where we stop. We are at the unique code number 97. We are following this book straight from the heart, unique Dhamma code by me. Turn to page 28, unique Dhamma code 97. Develop the initial wisdom born of the first and second turning wisdom through constantly listening to the true Dhamma and contemplating constantly contemplating, reflecting, and inquiring into them to straighten our views. So this initial wisdom, born of our first turning of the Four Noble Truths and the second turning of the Four Noble Truths, are very important. So the first turning is we are constantly listening to the true Dhamma or all the sutta that the Buddha has proclaimed. That's why the wisdom that comes with it is called Suttamaya Panya, wisdom born of hearing the sutta or discourse of the Buddha. Then the second turning is after you have heard them, you need to contemplate into it, reflect, and inquire deep into all the words spoken by the Buddha. Why did the Buddha say all this? And how can I understand it? Then there are specific, very clear guidance as given by the Buddha under the second turning of the Four Noble Truths. When he turned the Four Noble Truths for the second time, he gave emphasis for every of these Four Noble Truths. Under the first turning, he only proclaimed the teaching, which are the Noble Truth of Dukkha, the first Noble Truth. Then the second Noble Truth is the Noble Truth of the cause or arising of Dukkha. Then the third Noble Truth is the cessation of Dukkha, which means suffering or Dukkha need not be, because if you know how to cultivate in accordance with the teaching, then cessation of Dukkha is possible. Then there is this fourth Noble Truth, where the Buddha proclaimed the Noble Eightfold Path. He said there is this Noble Eightfold Path. You cultivate it, it will bring about the end of all suffering, means enlightenment in the here and the now. Then after that, under the second turning, he gave different emphasis for each truth. He said the first Noble Truth of Dukkha is to be understood. So we need to inquire, why did the Buddha say that? This Noble Truth of Dukkha, or the realities of life and existence, is to be understood. Because if we don't understand it, then we will be caught in dukkha or suffering without knowing that it is suffering. And this is very, very serious, or what we call truly delusion, heedless living. So knowing that all these realities of life and existence, the 8 realities of condition that are common to all of humanity, all living beings, we need to confront them as we go through life. So when we confront them without wisdom, we suffer. That's why it's called Noble Truth. Yeah. So this Noble Truth or Dukkha is to be understood, means we need to understand what they are. That's why you have to contemplate, reflect, and inquire and go through them, each and every of this reality that the Buddha mentioned. Yeah. Then the second inquiry is, why did the Buddha say that? So we have already gone through. Yeah. Then after that, you're supposed to inquire, then how can you develop the understanding of it? Yeah. So the inquiry will allow you to develop the more stable and deeper understanding, which is the contemplative understanding. As you reflect and contemplate into it, you develop stability. Yeah. Because after hearing it for the first time especially, the understanding normally is not strong, not deep, unless you have cultivated before from the past. The moment you hear truth, you can awaken to it. Otherwise, you need to really contemplate and reflect based on the inquiry that I have given you. So all this understanding can give rise to what we call stability of understanding. So like when we reflect on birth is suffering, then we contemplate or recollect the birth process, what follows and what happened during the birth process. Is it really suffering? Then as you reflect, contemplate and go through all this, especially after we have gone through life, then we will have this ability to recollect through our experience in life about the birth process. Then we will identify, like what we have gone through, that birth itself is really suffering, because the whole process of birth is actually quite traumatic when you understand. Yeah. Especially the mother that goes through the thing, then the loved ones that are associated with whatever complication during birth, they will be affected. They will also be afflicted. So all these are the realities that can arise. Then when the birth is not normal, when there are problems related to birth, then due to attachment, craving, clinging, grasping, suffering can arise, mental agony, mental suffering, misery. All this can arise. So this contemplative wisdom, when we develop it, we actually stabilize our understanding. Then we can assimilate all this understanding into our nature, so that the second turning wisdom become more stable and the understanding become clearer, deeper. So second turning is a follow-up from the first turning. And to develop the understanding of the teaching, you need to contemplate very often, especially the second turning. Of course, the first turning nowadays can include reading, not only listening. You can read from books, internet, then also recordings. So a lot of technological advancement has given rise to more convenience for people to develop the first turning wisdom. So all these are benefits or added advantage if we understand. So here I say, under the Unit Code 97, I say develop the initial wisdom, born of first and second turning wisdom, means through constantly listening to the true Dhamma and constant contemplation, reflection and inquiry into them to straighten our views, so that you have this Dhamma understanding clearly established. And this is how you straighten your view. So a lot of this reflection and contemplation are also taught by the Buddha in the essential Dhamma. The first and most important one is the 5 daily contemplation, you see. We need to contemplate these 5 daily contemplation which are related to the First Noble Truth reality. He said, this body of ours, the physical form, they are of the nature to grow old, get sick and die, for he has not gone beyond old age, sickness and death. So the first 3 daily contemplation is to understand clearly that our physical body is not a permanent, unchanging entity. It doesn't belong to us. It goes the way of nature. That's why it's subject to old age, sickness and death. So this reality we need to constantly remind ourselves, reflect, contemplate. and remind ourselves so that we are not deluded by it, so that we do not attach and cling to this physical body. But once you attach and cling to this physical body, thinking that it belongs to you, it's a permanent unchanging entity where you can own it, have it, and possess it, then you will have problem. Because you will worry about this physical body getting old, getting sick, and finally die. That's why the first four reality is birth, old age, sickness, and death. So due to Sakayaditi, self-delusion, one cling and grasps and hold on to this physical body, which is the first aggregate within the five aggregates of form and mind. So delusion conditioning us to cling and grasp is the cause of suffering, as explained by the Buddha. So if we contemplate it, then we will know. No wonder the Buddha said, this body is non-self, impermanent, go the way of nature. If we attach, cling, hold, and want things always, suffering will be the result. That's why the universal characteristics are very clear. Because if you look at this physical body, what is it? Basically, it's just the four elements. The four basic elements that subdivide all physical things. We have the Padavi or solidity part. Then we have the liquid element or Apo. Then we also have the heat element, Tejo. Then we also have the wind element, which we call Vayu. So these four elements, they actually animate it into a physical body form. And this one is subject to nature's condition. That's why it goes the way of nature. It will experience growth, sickness, disease, and finally injury and death. That's why all this is part and parcel of nature's condition. So it is of the nature to grow old, get sick, and finally die, even injury. So this understanding will give rise to the initial wisdom so that one will not cling hold to this body. Then the fourth one is also very important, the fourth contemplation. The Buddha mentioned, whatever that we think we own, we possess, or we hold on to dearly. So like our loved one, our prized possession, all those that we cling on to, hold on to dearly, even our reputation, our title, our status, our wealth, whatever, which we believe we own. Because sometimes you may think you work towards it and you own them. But all this, like the Buddha say, they are not reliable because they are all dependent, originating, condition arising, causal phenomena. When the causes and conditions are there, it's like you can own them, you can have them, they belong to you. But when the causes and conditions no more, it will separate from you. Even our physical form and mind, when the breath stops, your entity erased, your identity no more. They say you die. So what is there? Who died? What died? When consciousness separates from the physical, they say it cannot function as a human being anymore. That's why they say death has occurred. So because of that, the moment the breath stops, the entity gone, then how can you own things? How can you have things? That's why all this that you believe you own, you possess, they will separate from you. Then the other aspect is, even while you're still alive, healthy, breathing, with all the senses intact, but then when conditions cease to be, you can lose them too, like your wealth, your prized possession, your loved ones, your whatever, title and all those things, where they are all dependent originating. When conditions cease to be, it triggers all this possibility of separation. So separation can happen in the form of losing it during nature's calamity or crisis, like economic crisis or financial crisis, and also during period of turmoil, disorder, war, riots, all those things. So separation can come in many ways. Due to causes and conditions, they separate. So sometimes due to disease, death, there is also separation. Sometimes relationship failure, there is also separation. So when you contemplate deep into all this, fourth daily contemplation, you develop wisdom not to be deluded by what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you technically feel and think. Believing that all these are real, can be owned, can be possessed, and you attach, you cling, you grasp. That's how suffering comes to be. When you cannot get what you want, when things don't go your way, you suffer. So all these are the realities of life and existence. So separation is a very big topic. Sometimes divorce, relationship failure can lead to separation. Sometimes forced separation, war or whatever. It can trigger off separation. And death of a breadwinner, of a loved one, can also bring about separation. And this can be very traumatic. Then finally, the most important one of all the fifth daily contemplation is, the Buddha said, we are all born of our karma, heir to our karma, conditioned and supported by our karma. And we are what we are because of karma. And because of that, the teaching comes about. If karma plays such a great role in our life, what must we do? Like the Buddha came to realize, you have to take care of karma. How do you take care of karma? You have to avoid all evil, do good, and purify your mind. That's how the advice of the Buddha comes about. Dhammapada verse 183. Sabba papasa akaranan kusalesa upasampadang sachitta pariyotapanang etang buddhana sasana. So these are all the important advice of the Buddha. Then from there, the teaching starts. The Buddha explained how do one avoid all evil. To avoid all evil, you must keep the precepts. That's why the precepts are introduced. Sila, minimum 5 precepts, the basic for lay people. So these 5 precepts are important because if you don't abstain, you don't undertake the training rules to abstain from committing all this negativity of karmic activity. That's why the 5 precepts is to protect you from committing major evil. Because those who violate this precept, they commit major evils. So to avoid all evil, you have to keep this precept. And to really keep it, you must train your mind, undertake the training rule to abstain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, telling lies, and finally partake in intoxicant, drugs and all those things that can bring about downfall. So these 5 precepts, they are the key to avoid all evil. if you can keep them, maintain them. That's why we need to train our mind in mindfulness, awareness. Then we can be aware of our mental intention before we continue to allow it to act out until transgression. So initially it may just be a simple thought. Then the mental intention inside there, if you are not aware, not mindful, it can manifest. And you also need to know what constitutes evil, the three evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion. That's why when you are aware of them, when you understand what constitutes evil, the awareness will prevent you from breaking the precept. Because the awareness will see the mental intention that has the evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion, especially selfishness, craving, desire, possessiveness, and what we call all the craving, desire, the lust. So all this is what the evil roots of greed is all about. Then because we believe we exist, when things don't go our way, we get angry, we get emotional. Then hatred, envy, jealousy, these are evil roots. Unhappiness, then possessiveness, craving, clinging. So all these are the evil roots of greed and hatred. Then finally the evil root of delusion, sakkayaditthi, self-delusion, that condition you to have fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation. So all these will manifest. That's why without mindfulness, without the Dhamma understanding of what constitutes evil, you cannot really effectively keep your precept. So ability to keep the precept needs mindfulness. That's why our meditation is awareness-based meditation. You train yourself to be aware, to be mindful, ever mindful. So when you develop this ability, then you can avoid all evil, means take care of karma. Karma take care of your life. No karmic conditioning means no friction of the negative action, speech, and thought process. That's why when we understand this, we develop what they call purification of mind, body, and action. Means body and speech, and also the way you live your life and action. Then after you have the ability to avoid all evil, you need to move on to the next step of cultivation of wholesomeness. All evil need to be avoided, but whatever wholesomeness, when there is condition for you to cultivate or develop, you should develop them. So this kusala karma means wholesome karma, born of wholesome action, speech, and thought process. You need to develop them, and to develop them, you need the right effort. To avoid all evil, you also need the right effort. The first two, the right effort to prevent the arising of the negative thought process, the mental intention which is negative. That is the second right effort. The first right effort is whatever negativity of mind state or negative mental intention that has arisen, then you need the right effort to abandon it. Means after you are mindful that it has arisen, there are 5 ways that the Buddha taught to actually abandon it. Means the right effort to abandon the wrong thought that has arisen, so that it will not carry through to condition you into karmic negativity. Then after the first two, the third and the fourth is to develop wholesomeness. The third right effort is to cultivate whatever virtue or goodness or kindness that are still not in you, means the right thought, right speech, right action, and right living. Whatever that is not in you, you cultivate them. Yeah. Then you develop the contemplative wisdom, the understanding, and you go through all the what they call first and second turning wisdom cultivation to develop them. Then after that, the fourth right effort is to refine upon whatever right thought, right speech, right action, or right livelihood that we have developed, means all the virtue, all the right thought, right speech, right action, and appropriate good quality of mind state. You need to refine upon it and then develop the perfection of it. So not only refine, you develop until it is perfected, until it becomes a perfection. And the four right effort are the initial, what they call training. But it need to include the third and the fourth way that the Buddha taught, which is meditative. The third way is to maintain awareness, mindfulness, that you assist. Where everything is dependent, originating, condition arising. When you maintain awareness, you cease to be. Then you see clearly that anger was never you, selfishness was never you, envy, jealousy, fear, worry, anxiety, all these mind states, they are never you. They are dependent, originating, condition arising. They arise because of wrong thought, delusion, mainly Sakkaya Ditthi. So when you see all this in the meditation, you straighten your view to awaken. That's why sati or mindfulness or awareness is very important. Without sati, you cannot understand all this. You cannot see all this. Then when you continue to be mindful of the six internal sense spaces and the six external sense data, then you will come to know how, upon contact, the respective sense or consciousness come to be. Then when you start to see all this, you will trace, you will have the ability to trace the origination factor. How did anger arise? How did fear arise? How did emotion arise? How did grasping, clinging, craving arise? So when you see them, then you can develop the wisdom to retrospectively reverse it. Means they are all closely related to our sense experience, the sixth sense door. It's normally from the seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, and the thought consciousness. The other mind or consciousness are less serious or less potent. Smell, taste, and tactile, not so bad. But the real culprit is seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, and thought consciousness. This one stir your mind a lot, react a lot, and cause duality to arise. That's how the evil roots of like and dislike, pleasant, unpleasant, they come to be. Then when you start to see all this happening, then you realize the origination factor comes from your sense experience. That's why at the moment of sense experience, you don't develop the initial wisdom, yoniso manasikara, to attend to it. You cannot go. It straight away conditions you to react and stir your mind. That's how habitual tendency become very powerful, very potent. You become like very mechanical. Then you always act according to your memory from your brain, which are all your views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, even your phobia, your insecurity, your whatever scars of memory. So all these are not wisdom. That's why when you act according to your delusion, your lack of wisdom and understanding, when you act based on your sakkaditi, self-delusion, your craving, your desire, your whatever wrong view, it will bring about suffering. So seeing all this, understanding all this is meditation. Then you know you cannot act according to memory. You cannot always go to your thought process, which is the mundane mind, with the senses and the accumulated knowledge. That one cannot free you. That's why thought-based meditation is doomed. You cannot actually develop wisdom out of it. You cannot liberate your mind and free. So all this is what awareness-based meditation is all about. When you are aware, when you can see, then you observe and you realize the origination factor is the senses. Then from the senses, you can trace back to the causes behind. So the origination factor is, why did you stir your mind? Because of your wrong view, your lack of Dhamma understanding, where you cannot see things as they are. You act according to memory. You see things, perceive things according to what your memory tells you. Your views, your opinion, your conditioning, your belief system, all the rubbish that I mentioned just now, especially psychological memories, your phobia, your fear, your insecurity, your sorrow, lamentation, scars of memory, all this will continue to haunt the living being, because these are all delusion that condition the wrong thought. And what are wrong thoughts? Thought that condition your misery, your suffering, your fear, your worry, your anxiety, sorrow, lamentation, insecurity, everything that you can name. Yeah. So the way to free from all this is to straighten your view, so that you can be at peace with all things. The next time you see something, hear something, smell something, taste something, or tactily feel something, or recall through memory something, even scars of memory or whatever, how can you develop the wisdom not to stir your mind, not to create all this movement that bring about suffering? That is what the Buddha meant by wisdom. And the essential Dhamma, the essential teaching of the Buddha is very clear. He said we meditate to see things as they are, to realize the truth, to awaken to the three universal characteristics. So the answer are here. To see things as they are means what? See clearly their universal characteristics. Then with the daily contemplation, you are not deluded. The initial wisdom will help you. Then it can trigger off awakening. If they are impermanent, not a permanent unchanging entity, then why I deludedly cling, grasp and hold and want things my way, which is not nature's way. Yeah, everything goes the way of nature. Like the Buddha said, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. I cannot argue with the reality, what is the truth. What is decide everything. Yeah, this is what the nature's law is all about. Nature's condition. Whatever that arises, there are causes and conditions based on nature's law, the pancha niyama. So when you understand this, then you come to the understanding that you need to accept whatever happens. So acceptance is the first to free your mind. When you accept, you no longer worry, no longer project your thought, because you know this is based on right view, right understanding. The first noble eightfold path factor. Right view with regards to the spiritual law of karma, mind, and truth. So when you have all this, then you can see things as they are. The world is the world. Conditions like that, things be like that. People are just the way they are. Deluded people do deluded things. Angry people do angry things. Selfish people do selfish things. So all this bring forth the understanding. Then when I see them, I no longer label them as evil or good or whatever. I accept them for what they are. We are just seeing things as they are. They are just the way they are. Cannot be otherwise. So when I have that wisdom to accept, be at peace, then I do not stir my mind. Then my mind remains peaceful, calm, collected. And that is my true mind. There is clarity. There is mindfulness inside. There is awareness to understand all this. Then I ask myself, what happened? How can I resolve this amicably? And what did the teaching teach? The Buddha said, the fourth noble truth, this noble eightfold path, you cultivate it, it will lead to the end of all suffering. So you apply noble eightfold path. So you don't act according to memory. You act according to wisdom, following the Dhamma way. Act following noble eightfold path, the essential Dhamma way. That is how you solve your problem. That is how you develop wisdom to live life. And this unique code is the beginning. That's why I will go through you all again. Unique code 97. Develop the initial wisdom, born of the first and second turning wisdom, which is Suttamaya Panya and Chintamaya Panya. Means wisdom born of listening to the sutta, and wisdom born of constant contemplation, reflection, and inquiry to straighten your view. So this initial wisdom is very important. It will prompt you at the moment of sense experience so that you will not stir your mind, where you don't go to your memory. You have contemplated, reflected, you have cultivated the initial wisdom, and that will protect you. Then after that, of course, Bhavana Maya Panya is the third turning wisdom, born of purification of mind. At that one, you need mindfulness, leading to samadhi, to see things as they are. So that one is the direct seeing. Then the direct seeing will enable you to separate clearly the true mind from the mundane mind. How the mundane mind, through its creative process, project into the consciousness and develop the phenomenal world of consciousness. That's why you look at the chart here. This is what we call the process of creation. So from the source, means this one is the original nature or the true nature, the oneness nature. Sometimes they call it by different name. So from here, the first thing to come out is our pure awareness nature. That's why all of awareness-based meditation is to come to this point to realize the first hallmark of awakening, the state of no thought. 无念的境界. When you can be in this state of pure awareness, you are just aware, no thinking, no thought. So this is the realization of the true mind, the silent mind. So if you cannot be in this state when you are meditating, you are wasting your time. You are developing thought-based meditation, which means you're actually creating a lot of verbalization, a lot of what they call mental chattering and mental hindrance. So when you are here, you are the mundane mind, the five aggregate of form and mind, the mundane mind, the thinking mind. And this one is very active. But you cannot see how this come about. This one actually arises from here. When you are born into the world, the first thing that come out is this pure awareness. Like the newborn baby, the direct seeing, no knowledge, no memory, no accumulation. They see things as they are. That's why they are very innocent. They are very cute. Yeah. From here, if you meditate, you silent, then you will come to know the thinking manifests from here. From the pure awareness nature, it manifests. And why it manifests? Because we have the brain, the memory. Thought is respond to memory. And that is the sixth, what they call consciousness, sanya. When we perceive, when we want to know, want to experience or want to do something, then that egoic mind arises, the mundane mind to perceive. The moment it perceives, that is what the sixth consciousness is. The external form, the sense data go into our consciousness and the mundane mind manifests. Then through your memory, your views, opinion, conditioning and belief system, you react to it. Whatever you perceive according to memory, you stir your mind. That's how it becomes heedless, lost in thought, think a lot. So understanding this, that's why last time when Song was around, he realized this is what you need to do. You have to bring the external phenomenal world that this mundane mind create through consciousness. Means it's like project through all the mental consciousness. When you become conscious, you perceive. Perception is sanya. Then you think, you react, you stir. So this sankara sanya movement activity trigger feeling, emotion. That's why this one, the consciousness is like a phenomenal world of consciousness. It's projected into our existence. So this existential world, the conditioned world, is what the phenomenal world of consciousness. This is what life, existence is all about. And living beings get entangled here. They get afflicted. They grasp, they cling, they give meaning. Because this is to them life. A lot of things can happen here. That's why people do all sorts of nonsense here. But not knowing that these are just mental images projected from your memory, from your mundane thinking, your mundane consciousness. That's how do we know the world? Through our senses, the sixth sense door, the seeing consciousness, the hearing consciousness, smell, taste, tactile, and thought. Without this sixth sense door, you cannot know the world. You cannot interact with the world. You cannot exist as a living being. So understanding all this from the meditative process of awareness, you start to see how this create this and this create this. That's how, like in the film show. Oh, sorry. Like in the film show, huh? This is a white screen. That's how. The projector with the light throw the thing onto it, then it look like real, understand? But after the film show is finished, it's just a white screen, understand? So all these movements are sankara sanya, your thought process, the mundane thinking. So when you understand this, you return this to the mundane mind. Then you allow the mundane mind to slow down and cease and return to the pure awareness. When you are here, you will break free from Sakayaditi, because you will know inside here, awareness-based meditation, without thought, very clearly on that nature. Without thought, you will realize a very profound understanding. That's why I ask you that Kongan, without thought, who are you? You realize the egoic mind cannot come out and create. But once that one come out and create, it is very near to the pure awareness, straight away it manifests into the five aggregate. Then from there, very fast, Sankara Sanya, it created the phenomenal world. Now you understand. Why you meditate to develop this? You must stay here, don't do anything. Determined to be aware. Relax, maintain awareness. Don't try to know, don't try to do. Stay there. When you are from here, you see clearly how the process of creation arises. Then how once it comes here, It's like a magician. Consciousness created the illusionary world, phenomenal world of consciousness. That's why the Buddha say, consciousness is like a magician, the greatest magician. Like I always share you at the retreat. When you open your eye, the whole field of vision, everything that you come to perceive through your seeing consciousness, they like arise, real already, like this house. Everything that you see, the voice you perceive, they arise already, like exist, real. But the moment you close your eye, the whole creation is gone. The moment you shut off your senses, the whole of creation is gone. So this phenomenal world of consciousness, this one is just mental image created by thought. How real can it be? Understand? Externally, it may be very solid, understand? The four elements, everything. But how do you perceive it? Through the thought, perception, just an image. How real can the image be? And the image come and go. Perception come and go. Feeling come and go. Thinking come and go. Emotion come and go. Everything that you manifest, your senses, they are fully engaged when you live life. They actually move very fast. Without mindfulness, how can you cope with life? How can you see all this and understand all this? That's why you need mindfulness, pure awareness, sati. Okay? Hopefully today it is more clear now. And why you develop awareness-based meditation instead of method, technique, and all those things to create more and more delusion here and project more. We are thought-based will lead to energy field. Awareness-based, no duality, no energy, nothing. It's just pure. That pure nature. Where it's not a being, it cannot come out and live like. It's not like this fellow. This fellow, the five aggregate of form and mind, create karma, subject to karma. And this one is like traveler in space of time. So through delusion, you cling, you grasp, not knowing that you are not this, you are actually that nature behind. And you originated from the source, which is your Buddha nature, your true nature and all those things. So the lack of understanding created this illusion, the five aggregate of form and mind. And you believe you exist. That's why you think you are the living being, human being, traveler in space and time. That's why you keep on taking birth, samsara, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. So this is the one that cling on to the five aggregate of form and mind and believing that you exist. That's why there is so much delusion in the real existence show. You believe you exist, you believe you are so and so, then you go through life, you have whatever. All these are accumulated memories, nothing else. Then finally, when the physical separate from the consciousness, you say you die, then rebirth, due to ignorance again. Then you continue. Then the segmented life, every life you come, which one is you? None of them are you. That's why you have to understand, through all this samsaric process, you create a karmic nature that condition your rebirth in samsara, unending. So this karmic nature is what the Buddha wants you to understand. You are born of your karma, heir to your karma, conditioned and supported by your karma. You are what you are because of your karma. So when you understand this, you know how to reverse all this and return. So when you are here, when you develop the cultivation and able to come back to here, then you see the fallacy and delusion of all this. Then this phenomenal world of consciousness fail to deceive you, fail to condition you into negativity. That's why you break free. It has got no power over you. So all this is what the awareness-based meditation is all about. So when you have all this understanding, then what happens is the mundane mind that develop all this understanding ceases, because the mundane mind realizes itself, it is unreal. It is dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of no. This is just a vehicle and tool for you to come to this existential world, to live life, to do whatever function you want. So through this understanding, it realizes itself and ceases. And when it ceases, it not only come back to the pure awareness initially, but the whole pure awareness also ceases. Then you return to the source. So sometimes here the source, they also give it the name Nibbana, the unconditioned. So this is the realization of the unconditioned. Initially, if they do the sainthood way, then this one, they will have a glimpse of the cessation here. But that glimpse is enough to actually break free from sakkayaditthi, self-delusion. But for those who take the bodhisattva way, they will stay here and develop this nature until it's very, very, I won't use the word powerful, until it becomes very beautiful. You remember the 5 stages of Bodhi mind development? What is the 3rd stage? Bodhi mind that illuminate that nature. That's what they do. And the first 2 Bodhi mind development is easy. First, Bodhi mind that plant the seed of Bodhi to have that very strong mental aspiration or intention to go this way, the Bodhisattva way, and take the vow out of understanding, born of understanding, faith, and all the whatever spiritual faculty that you need. Means with very strong faith, you determine strongly for causes and conditions for you to actually including invoking all the power of merits for causes and conditions, for you to go this way. You aspire to be a bodhisattva, to walk the path of the bodhisattva, to fulfill that 10 perfection to become Sammasambuddha. So Bodhi mind that initially plant the seed of Bodhi mind to move this direction by taking all the bodhisattva vow and the requisite understanding is very important. That's why I give you the yellow card. Then after that, you move on with your cultivation until you can reach the 2nd stage of Bodhi mind development. And that is already very beautiful. The 2nd stage of Bodhi mind development is Bodhi mind that has the ability to endure and severe all affliction. Means you must develop the wisdom. Means the perfection of kanti, or what they call renunciation. Oh, sorry. Kanti is another word. No, that one is patient. Anikama. Renunciation is nikama. When you can renounce everything, understand? Then you got no more suffering. Because everything is not real. That's why you can renounce them. The Buddha, final test, the whole wife, children, he renounced. The kingdom, everything he renounced. So nikama is the perfection where you have to develop until you reach the 2nd stage of Bodhi mind development. That Bodhi mind that can renounce everything, means no more suffering. You can endure and severe all affliction. Means you must have perfected the understanding by then. Paramita and all the things. And because of that, they will continue with the cultivation from this pure awareness to develop the third stage of Bodhi mind development. The third stage is what Soo Yee just now mentioned, Bodhi mind that illuminate this nature. Once it illuminate this nature, I tell you, this one understand very closely what this source is all about. Well, when you illuminate this one become very different. It becomes very powerful and very beautiful. Powerful in the sense that it's not the normal meaning of power. Right? It's like ballast. It becomes like no, ballast means power. Like when your spiritual faculty, before you stabilize it until unshakable, it's not called ballast. It's called spiritual faculty. But when you stabilize it until unshakable, it's called ballast. But the English word is power. It carries that word like very powerful and capable of destroying things. But this type of power is not to destroy things. No, that is the result of it. Their blessing comes from wisdom actually. Wisdom and blessing, they all go together. But they are the result of using this nature to cultivate. But that one, that's why I sometimes call it the nature become very beautiful. When you stay here and you can illuminate that nature, means you detected the gateway, you can go in and develop the internal movement until this whole nature open up, until it become very, very different, until the mundane mind collapse. Then after that, the whole process continue. Like what happened to my nature this time? 1989, I actually developed the ability to free. Then later on, when I met my last guy, he showed me where the gateway is. Then the moment I went in, I know what that thing is. Then within 9 months, the internal transformation lead to the collapse of the mundane mind. Then my pure nature shine forth. Understand? That's why when my pure nature shine forth, means it illuminate that nature. Understand? When the mundane mind collapse, it illuminate that nature. When I saw that nature, the awareness, but that is what my nature is. But you all, when you do this awareness, you try to have a glimpse of this silent mind only, you understand? You haven't detected. That's why the sainthood way is having a glimpse of what this awareness is, sati, the state of no thought that Hui Ning talk about. But the moment you can stabilize it, until you can detect the gateway, that's why I say after you have stabilized, trust, you do the fourth support. Once you can do trust, a lot of things will happen. All your external yin-yang energy will melt into your gateway. Then it will do the internal transformation and movement until your wisdom, your understanding, your vibration, everything become very, very fine. It becomes so fine until the mundane mind is too gross to withstand that vibration, then it collapses. That's why it's like a layer of consciousness here, slowly. The whole thing drop off. Then when you are here, you develop understanding in a different dimension, completely different. That's why all those things that I came to understand and I inherited back from the spiritual nature. So this spiritual nature, not until you detect the gateway, you cannot inherit anything. But the moment you're able to be here, all this come back to me. That's why my understanding beyond you. Then after that 9 months, until now, 89 until now, 34 years, it's still continuing the movement inside. That's why that nature can be developed until very, very exceptional, very beautiful. That's why how can I share all this and teach all this at that time? That's why I say there is a lot more. But now there is condition. That's why now the sharing, the teaching is different. And this is precisely what Maitreya want me to share. 请你把正法传下去. And this type of teaching, even Mahayana Buddha also don't have. Well, unless you go through, you cannot understand. Only those great beings who have gone through, they understand. Then after that, they will become very clear until the fourth stage of Bodhi mind is developed. Can you recall what is the fourth stage of Bodhi mind? Bodhi mind that renounces? Renounces what? Samsara. Means samsara is nothing really. Means this arising to come to the existential world is nothing. That's not. You won't be like the deluded people. Wow, Bodhisattva will take so long, no? You think you can do it? You think you can go that way? All this wrong thought, deluded thinking will not be there. But to them, this is wonderful existence. Understand? No? It's not what you think. The coming is so beautiful, where you come with the understanding. Both your karmic and spiritual nature support you, like this life. And when it comes, it can live life to the fuller, although it's not real. Understand? No? But there is such thing as life, existence, wonderful existence. So all this is what the teaching is all about. That's why the Sakyamuni Buddha or the Buddha's teaching is really, really extensive and profound. And you can never find another teaching that has this ability to actually cover the extent of understanding. It goes back to the source, the whole of creation, beginningless time. Like the Buddha said, inconceivable is the beginning of the first thought of ignorance that actually stirred and created all this movement. Okay? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. So we cover only one, never mind, good enough. So now we come back to our second session, which is, I think, mainly Q&A and Dhamma discussion. Unless you have some particular meditative experience that you want to maybe ask or share, then you can.
Good evening, Bratio, Mrs. Teo, and all Kalamitas. Actually feeling very tired.
Oh, no wonder.
Resting.
Because I was told you haven't fully recovered. Elsie told me.
My throat, the cough is still very persistent.
Oh, okay. You have to drink more vitamin C, D, and water. Then at the same time, I think you need some form of pipako. You know what is pipako?
Actually, I've consulted TCM.
I think they
2
can
times.
give, they can give you some medication, but the pipako you buy and every day sip, every hour sip. Put teaspoon, then slowly sip. Don't swallow. Just sip, sip, sip. That one will help because the throat every time itchy. You have that thing to sip. It will heal actually. Of all the things that I tried, that was the Pipako finally. But vitamin C and D are important. Take more.
Actually, the TCM told me the root cause of all my problems, my health problem, is actually lack of water, which I realized is very
you
true.
must drink more.
Okay. Bertil, your sharing today actually is like a very comprehensive revision for me.
Revision. You are right. Means you didn't sleep. You are aware, alert. Sadhu. Very good.
No, I don't fall asleep so easily, Bertil. I wish I could.
Today's sharing is very beautiful. A very comprehensive summary.
From the beginning where you talk about all this, it's like I tell myself, how deep Bratil's teaching is, actually. If it's like somebody who is new to the Dharma, or maybe you have many years of Dharma,
Yeah,
but not this type of how to say deeper understanding.
correct.
It is like something so new to the person. So
Yeah,
for that, I am so thankful that at least even I can at least I can understand what Ratil is teaching. It,
yeah. You not
even
only
though,
just follow, but you appreciate it and you feel very good about the whole thing because it's not easy for somebody to have that stability or understanding to share it in a very simple manner. You realize or not? It's
yeah,
like day-to-day language, but so beautifully actually expressed out. You go and listen again. I tell you, you do a transcript today one. It will be fantastic. It's another beautiful book will come out, and it is something that living being, unless you have the cultivation, you cannot understand one. But like PG said, initially it was actually quite easy. It's like quite common Dhamma. But if you listen to it attentively, then you will come to know it's not the ordinary teaching. It's not knowledge based, thought based, and all those things. It is real life teaching, uh, where you can relate to life, relate the essential Dhamma to your cultivation, everything. Even the initial first turning, second turning, then I dwell into the 5 daily contemplation, then the how to develop the first and second turning understanding. Then from there, I move on to the fourth circle and all those things, how the thought process come about, how it project and created the phenomenal world of consciousness. Then how Sakaya Ditti, then how the meditation uh, process and experience. When you do awareness based, you no longer do without understanding like last time. You do because you want to realize that nature inside there, the pure awareness nature. So now the emphasis is on that nature now. No more the Dhamma. Last time is all on the external phenomenal world, the Dhamma, the five aggregate, trying to get you understand. Then the pure awareness, I hardly talk about it. Because most people cannot understand. But now the consciousness is different, especially after this retreat. I realize a lot of Kayametta can follow, can develop the understanding. That's why my sharing becomes so different. Then last Tuesday was the best. I think Manyan will know. Manyan, Polian, and Chin Hao. Because Manyan came for the Tuesday class. And because her house is opposite Kayu, the Nasikanda. So somehow I like Kayu. So I told Manyan, okay, tonight I take you off Kayu. So we all went. No? After the class end about, I think before 11, 10:30 we end, and about maybe 10 minutes before 11 we went. It talked until 12 something. No? By the time I reached home, it's 12:30 a.m. And you ask them, they were full of joy. And Chin Hao said, but now you're sharing so different. Even on sati, awareness, so different. Oh. There are a lot of things they develop the joy. They reflect back. Actually, all the years, they still don't know what I was teaching and all those things until last few years, until the recent. Then when all these things start to come out, especially the four circle, a lot of Kayamita like become very different. Even Ingbi, Alicia, Pocheng, and also a lot of song, they all the Kayamita. Now they realize that the Thursday class no more like at Sui An's house, only the essential Dhamma, the 5 spiritual faculty, the 5 mental hindrance, the 3 evil roots, and Dhammapada verse 1 and 2, 183, verse 21, 82, the other one no more, that phase over already. Now the phases of creation. Now is true understanding about that nature, about the awareness-based cultivation. And this is the one that the Buddha called the supreme vehicle, the real teaching. All the other provisional teaching, the sainthood way and all those things, is to prepare you to receive this teaching. That's why last time the teaching is on the phenomenal world of consciousness and the five aggregate of form and mind, and the pure awareness is hardly taught, hardly delved into, because at that time, sainthood way, you all don't need that understanding. Not until the year 2015 onward, where the Bodhisattva way, the causes and conditions arise, then all these teachings starts to arise. Then I also have to lie low. But it's a blessing in disguise that the MCO have to happen. Because of the MCO, I actually took 8 months to go through the Heart Sutta book again. You realize that? And that one is to prepare you all to receive all this teaching. That's why Puja benefited. Then he did follow the instruction. Then the transformation happened. Then gave rise to a lot of what they call faith in a lot of Kayamita. But she's so new, and she didn't know me. She didn't even really come for the real retreat after she developed the intention to go all out. The earlier two retreat was like she's still very new. A lot of things she don't understand. But the moment that thing happened, so many of you develop the faith and they really go into it, especially the Bodhisattva vow. Then those who take the Bodhisattva vow, so many Kayamita saw the thing coming, it trigger of a lot of understanding, and make them so different. And most Kayamita, their life change. They become so different. Even Manyuan, they all, PG, they all. So this is what the true teaching is capable of. And now we have moved into the pure awareness teaching, the true supreme vehicle teaching. That's why we are sharing the wonderful Dhamma Lotus Flower Sutta, 妙法莲华经. And before that, earlier on, we did the first two, what they call book, the Sutta of innumerous meaning. So that one is a very beautiful book. It talks about the virtue of bodhisattvas. And it talks about how to actually teach the Dhamma. Then, of course, the third book we haven't covered, that one later, the Pusian Jing, the meditation of Pusian Bodhisattva and the vow. That one also another very deep topic. But that one you need to finish off the understanding of the fourth stage, third stage and fourth stage of Bodhi-mind development teaching before you can actually appreciate the last sutta. So the 妙法莲华经 also going to take us very long, I think. That day somebody was asking whether we can finish that chapter 2, volume 3, with 50 more pages to go. I say it can take very long. Every day we only move 1 or 2 pages. And sometimes not even covering 1 page. So that teaching, you also realize the Lotus Sutta. Now the explanation of the Sutta has reached the point where it is talking about the supreme vehicle teaching, the Buddha vehicle teaching. Now you start to understand how the provisional teaching actually is a preparatory teaching leading to all this. Okay? Sorry, PG, you continue. Take up a bit of your time.
It's okay, Brother. to me, Brother Teo, when we see the progress of the calamitas and they are able to, realize their awareness, their pure awareness,
We
and
are
has
awareness means
stabilized it, and it it made me realize that the books that we have been reading, that Brother Teo has been teaching, how it is possible for the bodhisattvas to be able to have that type of virtue and to be able to renounce so many things,
correct, yes.
Like if we don't have that type of understanding, we will always say,
No
like
way.
fairy tale.
Like fairy tale, yeah.
Yeah, Brother Teo.
Yeah,
Now we
very
can see
true.
that how
Very true.
possible it is.
Yes, now you know it's possible. Now you know all these vows are no problem on actually. Because
Yeah,
once you
actually.
understand the deep teaching, the supreme vehicle teaching, then actually all those vows that they take is not really something extraordinary in the sense because of the understanding. So you put it very well, PG. Sadhu to you. Yeah, you continue, PG. Yeah.
It also reinforces our our determination to
Yeah,
walk this path, Brother
correct.
Teo.
And it strengthens your determination, your faith, and it can drive you. And that one, the motivation is very strong. Then you plant the seed of Bodhi deep inside by having the affirmation to really seriously go after this cultivation, life after life. I tell you, you will be home straight away. This life enough already. After that, everything will just happen. That's why that determination, that faith, the understanding, you must really plant it. And you determine strongly until the adhitthana really go into your nature. Then your bodhi mind become very different. You will be activated. If this life you can have such understanding and strength, in future when you come, all these causes and conditions that you have planted, they will actually come to fruition. They will trigger off. And your bodhi mind will be activated even during non-sasana. It will come out. And you become beautiful. Then by the time you hit the next sasana, you are already very advanced, very beautiful as a cultivator of the way. So sadhu. Yeah, PG, continue.
Yeah, Brother Teo, with such I would say with such a reward in how to say, having the Bodhi mind development. It really spurs us that what we can do in this lifetime.
Yes.
After all, I like myself, I'm already of this age. How much time do I have left?
But still no problem because
Yeah.
age is only numbers. The heart is young. That is the more important one. The heart that determines actually within that few moments, that few what they call instant or session where you receive the understanding and the determination, that itself will trigger off. And when that happens, we always say จะไปแล้ว enough already. Because once you do that, that adhitthana that go in is very exceptional, very powerful. And it can bring forth a lot of what they call beautiful causes and conditions into the future. That all your coming becomes so different, so different. That's why that faith, that sincerity, that determination to go this way, the perseverance, these three, most important. Once you determine it strongly, it's all there. Like what you can see now. After hearing all this, after understanding based on what you understand, is enough to let you understand that all these vows are possible, not fairy tale anymore, which is very true. True or not? Before you understand all this like fairy tale, because you cannot understand. But once you understand, you know the possibility of the awareness nature, and you're able to detect the gateway and let the whole thing happen, then that nature shine forth, illuminate the Vohi mind that illuminate that nature clearly. That is the one. That one is very powerful. And that one, actually, once you hit that, you never regress. The Bodhisattva way is guaranteed, confirmed. You will finish it. So all these are so rewarding. I use the word rewarding. It's really rewarding. Then when you finish stage 3, stage 4 is even more rewarding. When you can really renounce samsara, Bodhi mind that renounce samsara. It's not your mundane mind that renounce samsara. No. It's the Bodhi mind that has the perfection and the cultivation to renounce samsara. No. So it's just like the word strive on with heedfulness. With heedfulness only you strive on. No? So this one is Bodhi mind that renounce the samsara. No? Means the Bodhi mind that have the understanding and wisdom that enable it to renounce samsara. Means samsara is nothing, not an issue anymore. The continuous coming is so rewarding, so beautiful. Why not? Like I said, you need to come. You must come with all this understanding. Otherwise, why you come? Don't waste your time. Very good. Yeah. You can continue, PG. Anything else? Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Teo, I would like to say that with such a wise teacher like Brother Teo, and with the blessings of all the great Buddhas and Bodhisattvas,
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of us, if we really put in the determination and the aditan,
Yeah.
many more of us will be able to
Definitely.
progress well.
Sadhu. I fully agree with that statement.
And I can see that so many of especially during the retreat, you can see so many of them are so
Yeah.
fired up, right?
Yes.
That yeah, because because you have quite a few of our kilometers who have already shown the way. See,
Yes.
that it is so possible.
Correct. Yeah.
Of course, the other thing is our parami and our karma
Yes,
that
the
will
diameter
also
force
determine.
also.
Yeah, that will
The
also
diameter
determine.
fund and all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, but having come this far, Brother Teo having to meet up with Brother Teo and the circumstances and all that that has already, how to say, take us this far.
Yeah.
I think it's very much our effort now instead of just depending on our
Also,
parami.
your parami from the past, like the song that Pamasuri actually put on the website, 陪你一起走天涯. Oh, that 陪你到天涯. That song is so beautiful. You read the Mandarin lyrics, it's so beautiful. He said, all this encounter is not by accident.
Yeah, nothing is coincidence actually.
There are causes and conditions from the past already. I forgot the Mandarin. 从前 don't know what. So anyway, you go and listen. It's inside there. It's so beautiful.
Don't understand, Brother Teo.
Don't have to understand one. When you listen, you will understand. When you listen from the heart. Yeah. There's a translation. Padmasuri. Padmasuri got the English translation. You go and read the English translation. Yeah. It's inside the video. Inside the video. Yeah. So there is a translation in the video.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Brother Teo, I'm so sorry. That's all I have to say.
Don't worry.
The
Sui
last
take
few
over now.
minutes.
Sui want to share something.
Okay, good. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good evening, all Kayamitas. Just a short one. I think the mention of causes and conditions everywhere, everything, nothing is coincidence.
Yeah.
Everything has like a momentum to move towards it, and that one is a karmic force
Yeah.
that pulls everything together. On that note, right, I remember the previous class, Tuesday's class, the incident Sister Pauline had about hanging flowers on the statue.
Yeah lah.
At that time, it wasn't very clear because when we say for the incident to happen, there are causes and conditions behind. But when there's an impersonal observation of what happened, so instead of thinking, it was my fault because I tried to meddle with the flowers, instead of that, actually, there were a lot of signs. For example, to be able to make it to the class, there were people that had flu, traffic jam, rain, then couldn't make it. And then for you to get there and to have the flower garland, Hui Rong arrived but no more flower. For you to have the flower hang there, and of all the images that have been occupied, left that one haven't put the flower. So it's like so many causes and conditions. But if we are not aware, we don't see all the causes and conditions, and we think we have control of the situation. If I just didn't do that, this wouldn't happen. Actually, that is a self-delusion at work already. Just that bit to share. Karma is always around and pushing us in that direction. Without awareness, we just flow. Heedlessly suffering through it.
Sadhu. Very good. In fact, what we share is very true. In fact, nothing happened by chance. Like what the Buddha said, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. So for Chipolian's case, because you can reflect, contemplate that manner, and then you will know. Just like what I told Chipolian, I say, because after the thing happened already, she felt very bad, you see, because of what she did. She built the statue very small, very light. So he wants to make the garland smaller. He created want to make 2 round, smaller loop. Then accidentally hit that Tizang Wang Pusa's, you call what that one? Staff. So that one broke the hand of Tizang Wang. Heaven. So what happened was, I told her, don't worry, I say, just let things be. Because I say, on hindsight, luckily it's a statue, I say, he really go and break the hand and hit the that thing of the real manifestation of Tizang Wang Pusa, that is real serious. Then moreover, I say, you have to learn from all this. There are causes and conditions for you to learn. Soo Yee gone through one is one aspect. This one is, as you cultivate the Dhamma, you develop mindfulness, wisdom, understanding, you can see the sign one. Then you can know all this is what the habitual tendency is about. That is what the mundane mind is always creating through the thinking and all those things. So because she used the word not mindful, actually not to say not mindful, that is beside the important big picture. The big picture is for you to learn, to develop understanding. Because whatever the mundane mind create for you to go and give importance or what, actually can trigger off the karmic conditioning. These are karmic conditioning that's supposed to happen, and it must happen for a good reason. That's why I make use of the condition to share. I said, Kayamita has reached the point of cultivation where you need to know this already. Because karma is like that. The conditioning is very strong, very powerful. Like you cannot avoid one, like Soo Yee, no. Because for the causes and conditions for it to happen, cannot be one. It has to be like that, eh? Like the Buddha said, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. It's only whether you can see or not. You cannot see, you are trapped in coming. So this one is luckily a patong, just a statue. Then when he did that, because you cannot be practicing mindfulness there and so on. You tend to make mistakes, especially at her age. It's already at near 60 or already. So what happened is it will trigger. So if you develop the understanding, then in future, when you are going through your daily life, especially your driving, I advise her, don't just because something you hang on the car mirror or the screen broke or slip off, then you want to go and fix it, understand? Or you try to do something about it. That split second you are not on the road can cause accident. Understand? Then when you are going through old age, just now we talk about it, if you are not careful with your movement, especially when you go toilet or what, actually, like Pamasuri give the example, the toilet there is a slight gap, I think, step or 1 inch or what. Just because of the misstep, lady or what, a man or lady that fall. Oh, Song's mother, you refer, means the lady, Song's mother. She fell and broke her pelvic and spine. Not spine, the pelvic. And it's so serious now because she got osteoporosis, it seems. I think so. So lack of calcium, obviously. So that's why when you are not careful, small thing can actually trigger. The karmic conditioning is really there. You have to go through it. But when you have the awareness, mindfulness, and the wisdom, in 1989, it showed it to me. Keep on coming on. That's why I came to know the causes and conditions. Wow, so clear. Even later on when my nature can prompt me, tell me. It is like that crossing in front of Manyan house. My car, when I want to cross, I know that timber, suspended timber, my car can go through no problem. Nothing will fail. I'm a civil engineer. But inside tell me don't cross. And very strong don't cross. Then I ask myself, how come like that? I never experienced before, so I want to find out. I say, okay, I will be very mindful, aware, and I cross. I want to find out. The moment I cross, I saw the conditioning, like leading me out. Then there is a taxi outside near Kayu there, that junction. I supposed to turn right. The taxi from the other road, parallel to this road, housing scheme, he just shoot out like that now. Then when I saw his taxi coming, I accelerated, yet he banged my back now. If I have not accelerated, he would have banged my car head on, or my driver's seat there. He hit the passenger seat at the back of me. And the old man, that taxi driver, he got the gut to come down from the car and ask me to compensate him. He said, Timel, then he asked for compensation. I said, Appa, 你冇睇到嗰條白線啊, the white line. I said, the white line there, you're supposed to stop, and you're not supposed to move, I said, I already turned the corner, I already on the straight road, and you just come out like that. Then he said, Young man, he go and look, okay, sorry. Then he drive out. But that time, because I just want to find out, so I say, it's okay. I say, next time, be careful. Of course, I also have to spend some money. That's the karmic, but it's for me to learn. Then many other occasions, the play mahjong I explained before. Then the food, I go and I supposed to order. Then I saw that curry fish. Very nice. I want to order. Inside tell me don't order. You cannot eat the fish. I was feeling strange. 1989, after I know the Dhamma, I say I want to find out. I purposely order, I eat. After I eat, diarrhea. Straight away. Then inside tell me, this fish got affinity with you. You cannot simply eat on it. Oh, there also got dirty thing inside there. Yeah. So that's why I come to know. So next time I got this type of feeling, I know already. That's why when I travel to China, I can see the sign, I can understand all this. Then I can avoid a lot of things. It's because of this. Yeah. Otherwise, there is no way. For you to have that understanding to live life is not easy. Yeah. That's why since the early years, I told you all that I bought the new car. Then within first 2 months, all the 4 tires punctured. Got so chair one. It meant to be one. So that I have to go through, where I have to pay money to repair and all those things. But very strange. So that I understand the causes and conditions, and I know what to do. Then after that, I become very careful. In fact, all the early days when you're too tired, you sleepy, you still want to drive, you sure get into trouble. Then after that, I think 89 onward, after I saw this sign, actually, touch wood, until now, my driving, I never had an accident. I never, you can ask my wife, I never had any of this. So all this is possible when you are mindful, aware, and you have the understanding. Then a lot of things you can see the sign, the causes and conditions, how they surface and how they come. Then like I teach my Soo Yee daughter and Junpa and my wife, whatever that is meant to be, the sign keep on coming on. You cannot stop the sign. The sign will means you know this person you must meet, or this place you must go. It is meant to be. Nature is nature. Like that they supposed to go with Padmasuri to go and do the donation. It's also meant to be. Well, my wife asked me. Then I say, you better go through Padmasuri. Well, he went there and donate before, because he is supposed to get the direction from you, and she want to drive there alone. I said no. Then because you came, then you know the Sijie or what. Oh, then it took us up. Show us the whole thing. Then it gave me the understanding. It was an industrial lot, a cemetery, and they can make into like that. They save how much time, the planning, design. Spend a lot, but it will cut short a lot of time. The building is ready, understand? You only furnish it and do up the thing. It's so beautiful, and not expensive, understand? You go and raise fund, buy land, conversion, you take how long? This one, immediately buy, you can do already and make use of it. So a lot of things in life, like I told Polian, Chin Hao, and Manyan, and the Kamita, is for you to learn. That's why life itself is our greatest teacher. You cannot learn from life means you don't have Dhamma. You don't have mindfulness, you don't have awareness, you don't understand what is going on. You are being deluded. So all this sharing is meant to be. It can be just a patong, a statue, broken. But Dhamma is everywhere in the midst of life and nature. Okay? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, we end. Oh, sorry. Exceeded 8 minutes. Okay, don't worry. Let us now share merit. Akasata ca bumata devanaga mahindika punyang tang anumoditwa cirang rakantu loka sasana ittawata camehi sampadan punya sampadan bedeva anumodantu sapa sampati siddhya idang menya tinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo idang menya tinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo idang menya tinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo Devo vasatu kalina sasa sampati hetu ca Fito bhavatu loko cha Raja bhavatu dhammiko Imina punyang kamena Mame bala samagamo Sattang samagamo hotu Yawa nivana patiya Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can now pay respect mindfully to Lord Buddha, Guanyin Bodhisattva, all the worthy one. Then we end. Sadhu.